going on, everybody? Taylor here, and today I'm going to be recording my reaction slash commentary to Loki episode 4. I'm very excited to jump into this. If you guys haven't been keeping up with my reactions, I have already seen this episode. I've seen all of the episodes except for the final episode, but I wanted to go back before I finish the series and just kind of take it all in again, because sometimes first time watches for me aren't quite enough. I miss a lot. I don't really get to feel like I can sit with it emotionally and really get the best out of it. So we're going to jump in, do episode 4 together real quick here. I'm really excited to revisit this one. I remember really enjoying this episode a lot. So let's just get into this. I'm super ready to go. Ah, look at Asgard. I'm still so sad Asgard is gone. She is adorable. And this is a freaking war crime doing this to her.
The authority of the Timekeepers, I hereby arrest you for crimes against the sacred timeline. Reset it. Wait!
What a heartless you-know-what. This is terrible. They'll steal children from their timelines without the blink of an eye. She looks so confused and scared. Look at that tiny little uniform. Oh. She deserved so much better. Renslayer's the worst, but so is the TVA. This is essentially your fault. If you wouldn't have stolen her from her timeline, she wouldn't be wreaking havoc and hiding in apocalypses. So essentially, you did this to yourself, Renslayer. That's what I'm saying to you right now. Ooh, that smoke and the light effect is so cool. Aesthetically, this show is just top tier. I know I keep saying it, but look at that. Boy, that just sets the mood straight away. Sets the tone perfectly. All the little details in the show of the set building and decorating and design is just incredible.
She enchanted C20. Scrambled her mind.
Get it? She seemed okay. She seemed fine.
Trust that instinct, Mobius. She was fine.
We don't want people to panic.
She is such a dirty liar. She does it so easily.
Yes.
And she uses their friendship, the trust that Mobius has in her, to be a complete you-know-what. And just lie to his face like this. Ugh, she's so good as a villain. Look at that view. That is insane. Like, witnessing the apocalypse with a view like that, the purple is, yeah, I'm completely spellbound by this design. I really am. Visuals are so important to me, and this show just completely nails it.
I remember Asgard. Not much, but I remember.
Wonder if she's ever told anyone else this before. I would bet she probably hasn't.
The universe wants to break free, so it manifests chaos. Like me being born the goddess of mischief. And as soon as that created a big enough detour from the sacred timeline, the TVA showed up, erased my reality, and took me prisoner.
That is so devious. That she was born into that, and because of it, she just got ripped away.
Everywhere and everywhen I went caused a Nexus event. Sent up a
smoke. Can't imagine constantly just having to be on the run like that, because no matter where you go, they're gonna know where you are, because you're not supposed to be there.
And so that's where I grew up. The ends of 1,000 worlds.
Yeah, right? Growing up at the ends of 1,000 worlds. That's... what a life that they've damned her to. It's just unconscious. It's unforgivable. It's just so evil. That's... I'm just kind of speechless, honestly, about all of this in the best possible way. Like, look at that view!
But we don't die. We survive. I mean, you did. You were just a child when the TVA took you, but you nearly took down the organization that claims to govern the order of time. You did it on your own. You ran rings around them. You're amazing.
He's so impressed with her and just so enamored. Oh my god. He can't believe that someone's touching him like that willingly, just out of... just... the way he's looking at her is slaying me. Look at this. Oh my gosh. That's... oh, the way that they're just holding on tighter. He's thankful to have this moment with her. Even if he just gets a moment. She's frightened, but clearly somewhat comforted just by having someone to hold on to. And the fact that them connecting like this is creating a branch like they've never seen before. And the swelling, emotional music. You guys, what? Look at that! Ah. They really don't want to be separated. And they're clearly worried that they might not ever see each other again. Ugh, guys. Inject it into my veins. That little look by the lake, inject it into my veins.
Have an equal amount of security. This is insulting. You just can't help yourself. You betrayed me. You betrayed me. Oh, grow up. Grow up. You know, it occurred to me that
Grow up. No, you grow up. Ooh.
bad friend.
A bad friend.
Yeah, chew on that for a little
Damn.
bit. All right, it's ready. What is this? You'll see.
Once again.
What?
Top tier, beautiful set design. Oh no.
You.
I love how he's excited to see her initially. And then he's just confused.
Right. A bad memory prison? How quaint.
Oh, brutal. Yeah, that would have friggin' hurt. Hair flip. Oh, brutal. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna feel that one for a few days.
Whoa.
Okay, safe. Hang on.
Oh.
No, you hear this. You deserve to be alone.
And I always will be. All right, I get it. Listen.
I love how
So you
he's
trust me?
resorting to
You need to help me escape.
what he always does, trying to talk his way out of it. Just use his words, be clever.
Dangerous. Come on, Ramona, this is what I do.
And this is what I do.
Their dynamic is so interesting to me. Like, there's clearly a fondness for each other, but there's also a power imbalance that hinders their friendship, definitely.
You know, we brought in Kree, Titans, vampires. Why is it
Vampires?
the demigods?
Does this mean we're gonna get to see vampires in the MCU? Because I'm gonna lose it if we get to see vampires. Can we possibly get a vampire variant of Loki at some point? Because that's exactly my brand. What a beautiful shot that is.
You.
Oh, he's just resigned to it at this point.
That's
Just
it.
please
Wow.
no.
Please, no more.
Seeing
kind of feel
Loki
hair
on his knees
because-
begging is,
I thought it'd be funny.
once again, a sight I never thought I'd
It's not.
see. Loki on his knees in a collar begging is just asking for a lot of
I crave attention.
things from the internet, is all I'm gonna say.
Suppose it's
Love all the self-reflection we get from Loki out of this series.
because I'm
It's
scared of being alone.
so cool that we actually get this kind of deep character development from the god of mischief, who's just there to create chaos.
How long have you been working for the variant?
Me? Working for her? Please.
I love how immediately he's offended that it wouldn't be the other way around.
At some point.
It was a means to an end. Mobius. Welcome to the real world. Down there, we're awful to one another to get what we want.
Well, now I gotta have a prince tell me how the real world works?
Oof. I love how everyone tries to refer to him as a prince as a means of, like, poking at him, getting him to react emotionally.
No, what? No. What, please.
Yeah, yeah.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, that's understandable. I wouldn't want to go back there either.
Of course it was me. Pulling the strings all along.
I love how he'll come up with an elaborate lie just to get out of going back into that loop.
And the variant?
Doesn't matter. She's a pawn. And when it does, I'll dispose of her.
She's already been pruned. So
Just like that, his whole composure just crumbles.
Exactly.
He's
What
done.
did you say?
Yeah. He's just talked about how he was just going to dispose of her without a second look, and then as soon as he finds out she's actually gone, he's just puppy dog eyes, devastation on his face, just...
Fire off a thank you note to Hunter
he
B-15
is-
because it looks like you're the...
He's gotten so emotionally attached to her. Oh my god.
That's what makes a horse race.
Good riddance.
You're a terrible actor, Loki, when you actually care. That was not convincing at all. He knows it too. Mobius is like, that's not convincing.
What's so funny?
It's like, look at your eyes.
Yes!
You like her.
Look at...
What?
He's got the
You
puppy
like
dog
her.
lovesick eyes.
Is she like you?
Was she pruned?
I mean, no wonder you have no clue what caused the Nexus event on Lamentus. Both of you are just swooning over
Mobius,
each other, I guess.
tell
It's
me
the
the truth.
apocalypse.
She's-
Two variants of the same being, especially you, forming this kind of sick, twisted romantic relationship. That's pure chaos.
Okay, I would need to pause this to actually talk about it because I've seen a lot of talk about this scene online. And the moment where he starts going on and on about how, of course you would fall in love. It's sick and twisted and narcissistic. You fell in love with yourself. Like, really using negative language to talk about their relationship and to refer to both of them. And I think it's very much language that's used to get a reaction out of him, out of Loki. But if it's not, I definitely think that it's something, I think it's something a lot of people have had a very strong reaction to, either one way or the other. One way with people agreeing with Mobius, saying it is sick and twisted, and that it's self-obsessed, and that Loki fell in love with himself. And the other side saying that's the language that we're used to hearing as ourselves in our own sexualities and romantic relationships and the things that we are that people use against us who don't understand it. People who are transphobic, who are homophobic, who are these things that people who use this kind of language, who say things are sick and twisted and wrong when they don't agree with them. And it has evoked very strong reactions, like I said, from many different perspectives and many different groups of people. And the way I see it is either Mobius is trying to keep getting an emotional rise and reaction out of Loki by saying those things, or because Mobius believes that because he doesn't actually either understand their relationship or he doesn't actually fully understand how variants aren't exactly the same person, which I find a little bit hard to believe. I'm not sure how he wouldn't understand that for being someone who has dealt with variants for as long as he can remember. Variants are different versions of the same person, so they may be the same in name, they may be the same in somewhat appearance, they may be the same in part of their upbringing was the same, but as we've seen so far with Loki and Sylvie only briefly remembers Asgard. She only briefly remembers her parents. She didn't live the life of a princess. She didn't grow up as royalty like our Loki did. She, calls herself Sylvie because she's not embracing the name of Loki. She is an enchantress, and you know, she knew she was adopted from the start, whereas our Loki didn't. And they have different approaches to life, different ideals. There are things about them that are very similar, but we've already seen in the little time that we've spent with them together as characters that they have huge differences, and they're clearly not exactly the same person. And I feel like that's very important because this is the kind of language that you hear a lot of the time from people who are reacting to something they either don't understand or they just have these beliefs that something is wrong. It's not something they agree with, so therefore it's sick and it's twisted and it's laughable. It's yeah, this conversation just is something that really stood out to me, and is something that kind of hurts actually to hear from a character like Mobius a little bit, because he's the kind of character that you want to root for because he is a victim of the things that the TVA has done. But yeah, I kind of wanted to have that conversation, me talking at the camera without talking over the episode, because I do actually enjoy the rest of this scene and enjoy this episode a lot. But all right, we'll move on.
That could break reality. It's breaking my reality right now. What a incredible seismic narcissist. You fell for yourself.
Yeah, the you
Her
fell
name
for
was
yourself
Sylvie.
line.
Oh,
Her name is Sylvie. That makes my point perfectly. It's not, they're not the same people. Not,
Is she alive?
yeah, dude. And that's the moment where Mobius is like, you know what, alright, I'll give him a straight answer. That huge sigh of relief. Like, it's just, Mobius is seriously trying to, Mobius seriously trying to get information out of Loki and make him emotional, but like, he's also kind of being condescending. He's not treating him like the friend that he claimed that they
She's
were.
not my
He's
girlfriend.
also being a
Whatever
bad
you want to
friend.
call her. Your female self that you have some demented crush on.
You're all variants.
Your female self that you have some demented crush on, once again, goes back to exactly what I was talking about. That's the kind of language that I was referring to, that people who are homophobic, biphobic, transphobic, that's the kind of language that gets used. It's something that really just gets me to have a reaction, like a very strong reaction. I feel like that's the point, but it's just, it grates on me to come from a character like Mobius, where you want to root for him, but him saying those things is just very like, because clearly, whether you would like to believe it or not, this story was always supposed to have, and does have, a romantic subplot. There is romance involved. It is a journey of Loki learning that he is capable of love, that he is capable of having feelings like that he is capable of accepting love and also giving it. And you get it from just like, if you look at the way that Loki's eyes look when he talks about Sylvie, or the way that he looks at her when she's around, or just the reactions that she's able to pull out of him emotionally, or when someone's talking about her to him, like we have here with Mobius, you just get such a strong emotional reaction from someone who we've seen him be emotional in the past. Like, even as far back as the first Thor movie, we've seen him get emotional. But only about certain things. He's usually very able to play the part that he doesn't care. And he was doing pretty well in this scene of playing the part of someone who doesn't care until she came up. And then it just mattered too much to him. So, yeah, all right, we'll keep going. But we'll keep going. All right.
Everyone who works at the TVA. The Timekeepers didn't create you. They kidnapped you from the timeline and erased your memories.
They kidnapped you from the timeline. That is so sinister and cruel. Loki doesn't care anymore. He just gave everything he could to try to get Mobius to listen to him, and he's just not willing to.
Why? Because I lied about your girlfriend?
Oh no, that I can respect. I mean the lies you tell yourself.
That I can respect. I mean the lies you tell yourself. Loki is at a level where he's willing to respect people lying to get the answers that they want, to be conniving. But him being like, no, you're just lying to yourself now, and it's sad. I don't even respect that. Oh, the enchantment did a number on her. She just wants answers now.
Hello.
She sits like I do,
Oh, I don't
very
know.
chaotically.
When did you first notice what was going on with C-20?
He's
Mobius,
just
what
too
is going
curious
on with
about
you?
things. Loki got into his head. Loki made him think about the fact that maybe something's not quite what he thought it was. Things aren't what they seem.
The variant scares the hell out of me, and I didn't want to see anything happen to you.
Oh, her trying to use their relationship and her protecting him is, it's so heartbreaking because she is just so good at lying.
Friendship like ours is not common
Friendship like ours is not
and worth
common.
fighting for.
She is so good at emotionally manipulating people. Ugh. Whoa. Yup, he knows something's up and he wants to get to the bottom of it. Doing some manipulating of his own.
Your variants.
We're the same.
We're the same. God, that would be so hard to hear. I love this moment. It's so heartbreaking that she gets to see memories that she didn't even know she had from a life that she can't remember. It's freaking devastating. Look at her. I'm gonna cry. And the music too. Oh my gosh. It's getting to me.
I looked happy.
Go get those answers, Mobius. Come on now. She's so conniving and terrible. Mobius, she's been lying to you. Yeah. Go get... Yep. Loki was telling you the truth. I know it sucks.
I've heard it 1,000 times. You
That pose
conniving,
is
craven,
just-
pathetic worm. You did. So I just have to trust the word of two Lokis?
I just have to trust the word of two Lokis. What a position to
How
be
about the
in.
word of a friend?
How about the word of a friend? Loki as friends.
You can be whatever you want to be, even someone good.
Even someone
And
good.
just in case anyone ever told you different.
Wow, their friendship makes me so emotional. Look at that smile, you guys. Loki getting to have nice things for like half a second makes me so happy.
Maybe I had a jet ski.
Look at her, she's
That's
so
what I
evil.
liked.
She doesn't even have any
Riding on a
fondness in
jet
her
ski.
eyes at all.
Prune him.
Yeah, look at that. She doesn't even care. She doesn't even care, and Loki's devastated. That tells you everything. Okay, she kind of cares like a smidge, but not enough to like, she's terrible. The fact that Loki gets so emotional about it, though, oh my gosh. When I watched this episode last time, I was so upset. Yeah, I'm like on Loki's level. I'm just, why would you do that? Loki finally made a friend and you frickin' pruned him.
You okay?
She looks over at him first and asks if he's okay. Oh my god. The elusive golden elevator that Sylvie's been trying to get to this whole time.
What was my Nexus event? Why did you bring me in?
What does it matter?
Are you serious?
enough to take
you
my
ruined
life
her
from me.
whole life.
Must have been important. So what was it?
I don't remember.
Must have been important. And then her reply is, I don't remember, for screwing over Sylvie's entire life. Can you punch someone through a computer screen? Because that's about where I'm at right now. Yes, the atmosphere of this room. It's just so good. It's just so good. Oh.
Oh no, I don't think you believe
The
that.
design of the timekeepers
I
is so cool. Yeah, come on. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go. Time to throw down. This reminds me of the throne room scene. Back to back. Ready to take down the world together. Hell yeah. Exactly my aesthetic. It's basically like a lightsaber fight. And I dig it. They are so sexy. Both of them individually and together. We can talk. What a way to reveal that they're just fake animatronics, that they're not real. Just another piece of the puzzle.
Fake. Mindless androids.
She's just so fed up with everything being a dead end, not actually getting answers. Yeah, it never stops.
Well, back on Lamentis. This is
He just
new
is
for
so
me.
speechless around her. Oh my god.
What?
He's very rarely ever speechless. He just talks so much and is so clever. Oh, he wants to get this right. No, this moment destroyed me. Oh, she's the worst. Ah. Yep, Sylvie's about to scorch Earth for what she just did.
You're gonna tell me everything.
This was the only thing that saved the episode for me originally watching it because I was so upset that Loki got
This
pruned.
is hell.
His eyes are
dead?
just sending me to another
Not yet.
planet.
You will be, unless you come with us.
It's so good! Richard E. Grant is the king. I love Richard E. Grant so much, and that's the perfect cameo, perfect guest role for him. Oh my god. So, yeah, this episode, I paused in the middle because there was that thing that I really wanted to talk about the interrogation scene, and I didn't want it to get away from me or take over anything past that because I knew it was going to be a bit of a talk. But the character development that we've gotten getting to this point with Loki, where he clearly cares deeply about somebody, kind of for the first time, outside of his mother, and outside of Thor, and outside of Odin. He's actually getting emotional character development where someone matters to him more than his own agenda, his own plan, his own need to be, the best, his own need to be the superior Loki, the superior variant. And it's just incredible to see, like, in that scene before he was pruned where he was so speechless, is just that little moment in itself tells us so much about how far he's come, because when we think about Sylvie and Loki, Sylvie is brute force, throw hands, throw punches, ask questions later, burn it all down to achieve what she needs. Loki has always been the cunning, clever, conniving diplomat, use your words to outwit somebody kind of person. And him getting to this moment where he so deeply feels the need to convey what he's feeling in that moment to Sylvie, and he just can't find the words or the way to do it, is just, it's so important. It's such a small moment, realistically, in terms of the episode, but it's huge for his character development. It's a place that we've never really seen him before. And just in the interrogation scene where Mobius is trying to get an emotional rise out of him, and for a while it doesn't work. He's his usual cool, calm, collected, smarmy, charming kind of guy, where he can put on that mask and play the part that he needs to play in the chess game that they're trying to play. But as soon as it's, no, we already took care of Sylvie, so everything that you were bluffing, saying that once you were done with the plan you would dispose of her, wouldn't have been a bluff before if it was about, just anyone. But as soon as there's even the remote possibility that they've gotten rid of her, that she's been pruned, that she's gone, that becomes the only thing he cares about, is figuring out whether or not that's a lie. So, yeah, this episode means a lot to me for a lot of reasons. We get that little moment by the lake on Lamentis where they're convinced that they're going to die. And he's just not ashamed of being outwardly gushing and impressed by her, telling her how amazing she is, that she almost single-handedly took down the TVA. And just the look of adoration on his face. And even the moment of vulnerability we get from her, where she reaches out to take his hand. And in that almost final moment before the doors appear, and she looks terrified, yes, but for a moment she also just looks comforted in the fact that he's there. And it's just brilliant. I love it so much, and I'm gonna end it there because I could probably talk for a million years about this episode, but those are kind of the main points that I wanted to go over. I kind of talked about Mobius earlier with his character and what he's going through. I do appreciate the friendship, that the up and down friendship we do get to see between him and Loki, and the fact that when it all comes down to it and he realizes that Loki's been telling him the truth, he's all in on it. He's ready to do whatever it takes. And I love that. I think that speaks a lot to his character, and the way that Loki's just devastated when he gets pruned is, again, huge character development for him. That he's been able to make a friend outside of something that's just, convenient for him. It's a means to an end, at least to some extent. And then he has to watch him be pruned, which Loki can only have nice things for like half a second, I guess, which is what it is, unfortunately. But what did you guys think of this episode? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. As always, all my social media links are down in the description if you want to find me there. There's also a link to my Patreon account where I've been putting up some exclusive content. If you guys want to check that out and support, it would mean a lot to me. Thank you guys so much for all of your continued support, and I will see you all next time.